New York Knicks vs Orlando Magic player stats and box score, December 13, 2025 Emirates NBA Cup Semifinal. The stage couldn't have been bigger as the New York Knicks and Orlando Magic squared off on December 13 in the 2025 Emirates NBA Cup Semifinal. With a spot in the NBA Cup Final on the line, both teams brought playoff-level intensity, turning this matchup into one of the most physical and tactical games of the season. From star performances to bench contributions, the box score tells a fascinating story of how this semi-final battle was decided. The Knicks entered the game riding momentum from a strong cup run, leaning heavily on their veteran leadership and defensive identity. Meanwhile, the Magic arrived as one of the league's fastest-rising teams, fueled by young stars, athleticism, and a defensive scheme that has frustrated opponents all season long. What followed was a chess match that swung multiple times before a decisive fourth quarter sealed the outcome. First quarter, feeling out the moment. The opening quarter was all about nerves and adjustments. Both teams started cautiously, prioritizing defense and half-court execution rather than early fireworks. The Knicks leaned on their physicality, attacking the paint and forcing Orlando to defend without fouling. Julius Randle set the tone early with aggressive drives, while Jalen Brunson controlled the tempo, picking his spots and making sure the Knicks got quality looks. Orlando countered with ball movement and transition opportunities. Paolo Banchero showed why he's the centerpiece of the franchise, scoring efficiently while also creating chances for teammates. Franz Wagner's cutting and off-ball movement kept the Knicks' defense honest, and the Magic stayed close thanks to second-chance points and solid rebounding. By the end of the first quarter, the box score reflected a tightly contested battle. Neither team had a commanding edge, but the Knicks' slight advantage in free throws hinted at their more physical approach. Second quarter, bench impact and momentum swings. The second quarter belonged to the benches. New York's second unit provided a noticeable spark, pushing the pace and stretching the floor. Donte DiVincenzo knocked down timely perimeter shots, while Josh Hart impacted the game in every category, grabbing rebounds, pushing the ball, and making hustle plays that don't always show up in highlights but matter deeply on the stat sheet. For Orlando, Cole Anthony injected instant offense, using his speed to break down the defense and get to the rim. Jonathan Isaac's presence was felt defensively, altering shots and helping the Magic stay competitive despite New York's physical dominance inside. At halftime, the box score showed near-even shooting percentages, but the Knicks held a slim edge in rebounds and points in the paint. Turnovers remained low for both teams, emphasizing how locked in each side was on execution. Third quarter, stars take over. As expected in a high-stakes semifinal, the third quarter became a showcase for the stars. Jalen Brunson elevated his play, scoring in multiple ways and drawing defensive attention that opened up looks for teammates. His ability to operate in the pick-and-roll proved crucial, especially against Orlando's aggressive perimeter defense. Paolo Banchero responded with authority. He attacked mismatches, hit mid-range jumpers, and showcased improved playmaking by finding shooters when help defenders collapsed. Franz Wagner continued his steady production, contributing across the board with scoring, assists, and defensive effort. The third quarter box score highlighted how evenly matched these teams were. Both sides shot efficiently, assists climbed, and defensive intensity reached another level. Still, New York managed to enter the fourth quarter with a narrow lead, thanks largely to disciplined execution and fewer wasted possessions. Fourth quarter, Knicks closed the door. The final quarter proved decisive. New York's experience showed as they slowed the game down, executed in the half-court, and capitalized on Orlando's late-game mistakes. Julius Randle delivered in key moments, scoring through contact and drawing fouls that shifted the free-throw margin further in the Knicks' favor. Defensively, the Knicks tightened the screws. Mitchell Robinson's rim protection altered several Orlando attempts, while perimeter defenders contested shots without fouling. The Magic struggled to find consistent scoring as the clock wound down, and their shooting efficiency dipped under pressure. Brunson iced the game with calm, methodical possessions, finishing strong statistically with points and assists that reflected his control over the game's closing moments. The box score in the fourth quarter clearly favored New York, particularly in turnovers forced and free throws made. Full team box score breakdown. From a team perspective, the Knicks box score revealed a blueprint for postseason success. They won the rebounding battle, scored more efficiently in the paint, and took better care of the basketball when it mattered most. Their assist numbers reflected unselfish play, while their free throw attempts underscored their aggressive offensive approach. Orlando's box score, meanwhile, highlighted both promise and growth areas. The Magic matched New York in field goal percentage for much of the game and showed strong ball movement, but they were hurt by late turnovers and fewer trips to the free throw line. Still, Their young core posted solid all-around numbers that signal a bright future. Standout individual performances. Jalen Brunson finished as one of the game's most impactful players, combining scoring efficiency with leadership and clutch decision-making. Julius Randle's stat line reflected his physical dominance and ability to rise in big moments. Josh Hart's all-around contributions stood out, with rebounds, assists, and hustle plays that helped swing momentum. For Orlando, Paolo Banchero led the way statistically, showing why he's considered one of the league's rising superstars. Franz Wagner's balanced performance further emphasized the Magic's depth, while Cole Anthony provided valuable scoring off the bench. What this game means moving forward. With this win, the New York Knicks punched their ticket to the 2025 Emirates NBA Cup final, solidifying their status as one of the Eastern Conference's most disciplined and battle-tested teams. Their box score tells the story of a group that understands how to win high-pressure games through defense, rebounding, and execution. For the Orlando Magic, the loss stings, but the performance offers plenty of encouragement. Competing toe-to-toe with a veteran Knicks squad on a semifinal stage shows just how close this young team is to breaking through. The box score confirms growth, resilience, and a foundation that should pay dividends in future playoff runs. Final thoughts. The Knicks vs Magic NBA Cup semifinal delivered exactly what fans hoped for: intensity, star power, and meaningful basketball. The box score doesn't just record numbers. It captures a story of experience versus youth, execution versus energy, and composure under pressure. As the Knicks move on to the NBA Cup final and the Magic head back to the drawing board, this December 13th matchup will be remembered as one of the defining games of the 2025 NBA Cup. If this semifinal was any indication, both teams are set to play major roles in the NBA.